What's going on? My name is Sid, and this is recreating the cars for the Batman. Since one of the best and one of the most amazing movie chase scenes in a long time with the new revamped Batmobile in what I think is one of the best Batman movies ever made. So today, I'm going to recreate some of the cars from the Batman in The Crew 2. Also, this contains very minor spoilers about the Batman, but nothing really important. And yes, first and foremost, we have the Chevrolet Corvette C2. Now, you can see mine definitely doesn't look like it would match anything to do with the movie, but you may not have even noticed this if you watch the movie. But during a point where Batman is Bruce Wayne, he goes to a place, and this is the vehicle he takes there. This is Bruce Wayne's Corvette C2.
You know, you really could be doing more for this city.
I do have the images here, like a mostly bone stock Corvette C2. I would have gone with the other version, because if you boys know the Crew 2, and actually those are the exact rims, if you boys know the Crew 2, we got a Summit version of the Corvette C2, which was the C2 2.0, or something along those lines, and I would have gone with that, but again, the fact that I'm actually going to zero out all of the customization, it just wouldn't make sense, because, you know, because that thing has the claws at the front, which just wouldn't add up at all. Now, you boys know I don't go with many of the outwards vanities like underglows and stuff like that for something that doesn't have many vanities on it in whichever movie or YouTuber I'm recreating. But I will do stuff with the other vanities like smokes and nitros. And we'll go with the buck-shaped smoke, and we'll go with, over here, perhaps the... I don't know. We're not going to be doing this for the Batmobile, because I want to do that to the color of the actual nitro that it is in the movie. But instead here, we will use the Bat Nitro, because, you know, why not? It is a bit on the nose, but we'll go with the Bat Nitro. And see, I want to say it's black, but I think just the mood of the movie, I think it is just black. Maybe even metallic black. It definitely ain't matte black, I'll tell you that much. You know what, we'll go anodized black. There we go. It looks like a car that fits into the aesthetic of this movie. Oh? No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Oh, well, let's take the newly customized C2 into a race while I load, you know, video editing magic. Whoa. I must say, this thing is gorgeous. I can't lie to you. Now, the C3. The C3 in the USB Tour, damn, this thing is slow. The C3 in the USB Tour update became the Fire Edition in Touring Car. And unlike the Fire version of that, the stock version of it, I found gorgeous. And made me really like the C3. And the C2 2.0 edition made me realize that, hey, I kind of like the C2 as well. They are some gorgeous looking cars. Also, I went with the Buck Smoke because, you know, Bruce Wayne money. But honestly, this thing is gorgeous. Like, it is a beautiful looking car. And hey, if you're here for this thing, or you're here, just do head down there and subscribe with notifications on. Big stuff is coming out for the Crew 2. The new update is round the corner. So head down there, subscribe, check out all my content. You may not even know you're not subscribed. Just, you know, do that. Now, the front's a bit beaten up, but I'm not sure about the headlights. The headlights are one of the things that I think are a bit... I mean, the 2.0 edition just has like a little strobe light on the front. But this thing is just like, you know what, Bruce Wayne's got some good taste. He's got some good taste. And to be fair, now this is not a spoiler for The Batman. This is a prequel novel that, again, doesn't spoil anything. In a prequel novel that was said to be canon, it's like a book without pictures. It's said to be canon completely. Bruce Wayne actually found himself part of the street racing scene. Yes, Bruce Wayne... The origins of his big Batmobile, the scary thing, partially is actually a, you know, street racing vehicle. He wanted it to be an absolute beast of a car. So, of course, I think we can expect Mr. Wayne to have some good taste in vehicles. And although this thing is probably a Wayne vehicle rather than Bruce's vehicle directly, in the movie that is, I assume, you know, he probably just needed some car. Okay, he probably just needed some car, you know, went down to the Wayne garage and was like, oh, I'll take this thing. But hey, the taste is still there. And where this thing is seen, like I referred earlier to, of course, the people who have seen the Batman will know this. The scene that follows this is actually quite interesting. It's one of the very cool set piece scenes of the movie, which honestly, with how many there is in this movie, it's such an amazing scene. But then when you put it with all the other scenes in the movie, it's like it's one of like 50. And with a movie that's 3 hours long, that's a lot of the scenes. You know? I am going to be going to watch the Batman again, actually. I'll talk about that in a moment, because that is the end of the C2 Bruce Wayne's C2 Corvette. We're now going to be moving on to the next vehicle, but yeah, I'm going to be seeing the Batman again. This thing is, honestly, this thing is gorgeous. This thing is it's just a good-looking car. I remember seeing it and in the movie, and I was like, oh, that's from the crew. That's from the crew. I can do a video. Now, you may remember at the beginning of this video, I mentioned one of the most amazing chase scenes in, honestly, like, in so long. An absolutely phenomenal chase scene, and you may have seen in the trailers this clip of it. This clip of it. Or even this clip of it. Yes, it is quite the chase, but the thing is, you don't actually at any point during that chase get a good look at the car. I've watched the movie and I didn't really get a good look at the car, but it was a Maserati. I could tell that much. I wasn't sure whether to use the Gran Turismo or the Alfieri, because it's one of the two. But it probably wasn't the Alfieri, though, so I'm going to go with the Gran Turismo. I guess it makes a bit more sense that it would be the Gran Turismo, but, you know, it could be either way. We're going to be going with this thing. I like there's so little seen of this car. The other end of that amazing chase scene is a car you barely even see. Now, again, seeing as it's, oh, you actually can't customize this thing. You can change the interior. I did not know that the Gran Turismo was very uncustomizable. This movie is very dark, so we're gonna go with some of the black rims. We'll stay with the black rims because it's more likely that it was that, you know, with how dark this movie is overall. I don't think there's any really penguiny vanities, you know. I don't think. I believe Colin Farrell, I want to say. I don't think his phenomenal performance as the Penguin, honestly, one of the things that you'll probably be surprised at if you go to watch the movie is the Penguin's, he's the Penguin, you know, he is the Penguin. We're not even going to go with a smoke. I suppose we go with a nitro, but again, I don't know what I would go with. You know what? Iceberg Lounge. We'll go with the Ice Stalactite Nitro, and Underglow, definitely a no. We'll black out the windows, and I'm not going to be using the horn. Other than that, I suppose that'll be it. That is Penguins Maserati. Let's take it into a race. Now, maybe it's just because I play this game with a lot of the goofy stuff, you know, the vanities and the summit and whatnot, but honestly, videos like these always make me remember that some cars just look cool, you know. Some cars don't need the big vanities. They don't have to be the Magma Edition. I think some default cars, maybe it's just the cars in black. I don't really make my cars black very often, not as a primary color, or maybe if as a primary color, it'll have a really strong secondary color to just emphasize that secondary color, but you know, it's just the thing I notice a lot when doing these movie car or YouTubers cars videos, that, you know, these things are pretty cool. Cars are pretty pog, you know. They're pretty cool. I believe one of the AIs, one of the AIs drives the Maserati as well, do they not? I want to say so. We're not going to really see them. Actually, no, it probably will. This thing is not maxed out at all. I don't really put parts on. Okay. There we go. There he is. Terrence is also the Penguin. Now, you know what? I'll have an image on screen right now. That is, like, that's... Wow. The Penguin is... The amount of makeup that must be. I don't know how you even cast something like that. Like, the director must have just really wanted Colin Farrell. Like, he must have been, like... Either Colin Farrell... I think I remember someone who... I watched a video of said this. Either the director really, really wanted Colin Farrell, or Colin Farrell came in for a screen test, was really good, and then they were like, but you... What? Terrence, Jesus. But you look nothing like the Penguin. And wow, does he... Like, wow. I know a quote from Mr. Sunday Movies was that, like, you could show me this movie and give me 50 guesses on who played the Penguin, and you'd never get it. Because, besides the aesthetics, the visuals of it, it was just a phenomenal performance, you know. It feels like the Penguin. One bit was a bit much, in my opinion. I don't think I can even really refer to it without, you know, any kind of spoilers. But the people who have watched the movie might know what I mean. You know what? Skip to this time code if you don't want these spoilers. Or they're basically not really spoilers, but spoilers. The bit where they're arresting the guy and Penguin's like, hey, you rat. And then he gets his gun out. Like, I don't know, that was a bit much. Like, why is he getting his gun out, you know? He knows there's police there. I know it doesn't end up being his gun that does the thing. But, like, why would he even begin to do that when there's that many police there? That seemed like a dumb choice. But the rest of it was amazing. No spoilers now. Hey, welcome back. We were just talking about you, actually. We were just giggling at all of you who skipped to this time code, weren't we, guys? Yeah, shh, don't tell them. But here we go. The thing that is chased in this phenomenal chase scene. Well, now we're gonna go with the opposite end of the chase, that being the chaser, the interception unit, if you will. That being the Batman Batmobile. Now, you may think, Sid, what are you even gonna use? You know, it wouldn't make sense if you used anything, Sid. The Batmobile, Sid, you're dumb. Sid, you're an idiot. How are you gonna make the Batmobile in the Crew 2, Sid? That makes no sense. I think this is a dumb thing you're doing here, Sid. Why make this video when there's no clear use of a good-looking Batmobile that would make sense in the position of the Batmobile? Well, dear made-up viewer who I'm doing a POV strawman for, I give you the KS Masked Leader. We are going to customize it, but tell me this thing, minus a big jet at the back and a little bit at the front, isn't the Batman Batmobile. I think it is so amazingly close. Again, I'll have some images on screen, but like, this is so insane that this thing is this close. Like, you reckon he played the Crew 2? He probably played the Crew 2. I think in the rain as well, in this sort of like misty rain. Probably it's still a bit too early or late, whichever side of the night this may be for the Batman. But this aesthetic right now with this thing is the Batmobile. You know, this thing is the closest we could ever get to the Batman Batmobile in anything, really. I think, frankly. So, you know what? I'm gonna go in and customize this thing. Let's make this thing the Batmobile. I really do think the only really main thing is the front. You know, the front is more of like a Dodge. It's got the front of a classic Dodge. But then the back and like even a lot of the framework, you know, because this thing is it was part of the update that was... It had Demo Derby vehicles on. Is that it? That's the Batmobile. That is the Batmobile. There we go. See, someone even... Look at that. Look at that, boys. Massive shout out to bloody EUO Leo PC. That is the Batmobile. It's obviously a bit... It's not exactly, you know... Not some insane work, but it's insane. The sheer coincidence and odds of me doing this and the most recent livery is this is what is insane. This was the tier 49 in the chase, sorry, the hunt, but it was part of the chase season. It's meant to be beat up, so it's more like a demo derby vehicle where it's a roll cage and everything with a chassis on it. And the Batmobile seems very similar to that whole aesthetic as well. You know, it's custom made, it's a bunch of parts put together, and honestly, I'm loving it. I'm loving this. Now, rims wise, I wanna put this, you know, I'm looking at a lot of the rims and okay, let me keep looking. See, so the choices really are for the rims. I'll try and have them on screen. As you can see there, the choices really are something along the lines of this, but I feel like this is too bronze. It's way too bronze. So I'm probably gonna have to go with this, because I don't want to go with this, because this is more deserty, you know, that's like a tumbler. This is okay, please. Okay, there we go. This is probably very close. I know we used those in a recent recreating cars as well. Now, smoke-wise, oh, I don't know. What here really feels the Batman? You know what? Not a whole lot, so I think I'm gonna go with no vanity smoke. Yeah, we'll go with no vanity smoke. Now, the nitro, see, the thing is I think we're gonna go, I was thinking maybe this, the dark cyan, because it kind of works to the big jet booster thing at the back. It's a very coil Voltic looking car. But I think Fire Nitro makes the most sense. It's the same blue, like the blue kind of thing. But, you know, okay, I clicked something. It's same blue and it's fire, you know. Blue and fire. Basically, the Batman. And there you have it. The Batmobile. Let's take this thing into a race. Now, I'm looking at the back. The fire definitely works. I'm looking at the very back, though. It definitely seems kind of, oh, come on. A tad goofy with the little, what they've done to emulate the Nitro, of course. I wouldn't go for that, honestly. Hey, you know what? If you think you have the livery making prowess to... Okay, please. Okay, almost just went very bad there. If you think you have the livery making prowess to make a good The Batman Batmobile livery, do make one, and then when I'm live on this very channel, subscribe with notifications on. And you know what? Subscribe anyway. A big reminder. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. You know, check out all the stuff I do. I try and keep the crew too interesting. I'm probably the only person trying to do that. But yeah, subscribe and hop in a stream and be like, hey, Sid, I made a good Batman livery for the KS Masked Leader. Go and put it on, Sid. Put it on now. And then maybe I will. You know, if I got the time, I'm bad at getting around to putting on liveries, but hey, if I got the time, I will go put it on. But this thing is honestly a whole load of fun. I do think there's definitely limitations. You know, it would probably still look similar to what this thing has done, but maybe a bit less, you know, a bit less primitive. You know, this is definitely a bit more bare bones as to being what is the Batman. Okay, God, yep, there we go. Come on, there we go. Now, I may do a recreating the chase scene with this thing, and we'll probably use the Alfieri because, you know, hypercar, we needed to actually be able to catch up. But yeah, we could do a recreating the chase scene with Mr. Vintage Slam. Let me know in the comments if you would want to see that, because the man is busy at the moment, or that would have been a part of this video. And plus, the main thing of this series is to recreate the cars, and here we are with the Batman. And honestly, like, a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. The movie was amazing. I'm gonna be watching it again, like I said. I'm probably gonna watch it maybe over the weekend, maybe on Tuesday. And hoping I enjoy it again like I did the first time. I think people say that The Dark Knight is a better movie, and I wouldn't know. I haven't really watched The Dark Knight in a very long time, but people say The Dark Knight is a better movie. But honestly, it's just as people say, and I'm saying it as well, this is the best Batman movie we have ever seen. I think, full stop. You know what is one way I described it? I think this is one of the most perfect ways to describe it if you've played it. The Batman is what Spider-Man PS4 was to Spider-Man. The Batman is to Batman. I think they're the same feel. That is the exact same feel of, you know, it's a Spider-Man who's been going at it for a while. This Batman is only in his second year. I think this is 2 years of being the Batman for him. But, you know, a similar thing where it's, you know, some of the villains are already there. Some of them aren't. You know, we're still going to have future things going on. But it is downright just a love letter to what is the Batman. You know, it's a good movie. It's a goddamn good movie. So I do hope you guys did enjoy this video, because I enjoyed making it. Thank you so much to the popular members. A special thank you to the famous members, and an insane thank you to Icon member for the love of life. That's gonna be about from me, boys. Yeah. In a bit.
My heart spills, so I'm cleaning up a mess, yeah. Gotta go to church, feel the demons at my neck, yeah. When I'm on a pill, I be feeling like I'm blessed, it's a curse. When I'm on the drugs, I'm the worst, shawty. Tell me how it feels, tell me does it hurt. Tell me if it's wrong when I'm lifting up your shirt, shawty. Tell me if it's real, or would you leave